Hello, welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the latest updates. According to the forecast of the Asian Development Bank (ADB), Vietnam could achieve GDP growth of 4 to 4.1% this year. However, there are many forecasts that Vietnam will reach higher than this level. ADB is only ready to support the budget when the government of Vietnam needs it. Early next year, ADB will develop a new national partnership strategy to suit Vietnam's new situation. ADB will consider strategies and funding sources to support Vietnam in detail. ADB supports the government of Vietnam through financial arrangements for important infrastructure projects, mobilizing non-refundable aid and regular loans, and using ADB funding to attract both private capital and other technical assistance capital. In addition to supporting the state, ADB can raise capital for innovation and knowledge. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc agreed to authorize the Minister of Labor, War Invalids and Social Affairs to submit to the President to consider and present gifts to people with meritorious services to the Revolution on the occasion of the 73rd anniversary of War Invalids and Martyrs Days, July the 27th. According to the proposal, gifts worth 400,000 Vietnam dong each will be given to Vietnamese heroic martyrs, war invalids, policy beneficiaries like war invalids of Category B, disease soldiers with working capacity decrease of 81% or more receiving monthly preferential allowance, resistance activists infected with toxic chemicals with a working capacity decrease of 81% or more, martyrs, relatives currently receiving survivorship allowance, and relatives of 2 or more martyrs on death allowance. The gifts of 200,000 Vietnam dong each will be given to war invalids, policy beneficiaries like war invalids of Category B, disease soldiers with working capacity decrease of 80% or less, war invalids enjoying the regime of working capacity loss, resistant activists infected with toxic chemicals with a working capacity decrease of 80% or less, representative of martyrs, relatives, worshippers of martyrs, in the case that martyrs no longer have relatives. Đồng Nai Department of Economics and Budgets and Đồng Nai People's Council recently held a meeting to verify the draft resolution on the policy of promulgating the scheme on supporting small and medium enterprises in the province until 2025. This content will be submitted at the Provincial People's Council meeting in the middle of 2020. In Đồng Nai province, currently, there are more than 38,000 enterprises, of which nearly 33,000 small and medium-sized enterprises are operating. Accordingly, the draft resolution on the policy of promulgating the scheme on supporting small and medium-sized enterprises in the province by 2025 aims at synchronously and effectively implement policies to support small and medium-sized enterprises, accelerating the development and improving the competitiveness of this type of business. At the same time, the draft also creates a favorable, fair, and transparent business investment environment for SMEs to grow in quality and quantity. At the meeting, the Provincial People's Council proposed the drafting agency to revise, seriously follow the process, and consult the People's Council one more time before submitting at the meeting of the Provincial People's Council mid-2020. On June 24th, North Korea's Central News Agency reported that Kim Jong-un had presided over a meeting of the Central Military Commission of the Korean Workers' Party and decided to stop military plans against South Korea. The meeting took place online and in the context that North Korea last time threatened to take measures to respond to South Korea because Seoul could not prevent the North Korean activists from spreading anti-Pyongyang leaflets. According to KCNA, details of Mr. Kim's latest decision will be available at the meeting of the Central Military Commission at the earliest. The U.S. National Economic Council Director Larry Kudlow said on June 23rd that the U.S. trade agreement with China is not only completely intact, but Beijing is also actively promoting some areas of the agreement. In an interview with Fox Business Network, Larry Kudlow stated, China has now entered the game, emphasizing that China has increased purchases of the U.S. goods as well as focusing on solving intellectual property issues, the turning point in bilateral relations. Meanwhile, on the same day on Twitter, President Donald Trump confirmed that the U.S.-China trade agreement is still in progress, while expressing hope that Beijing will continue to comply with this document. Today, the latest move in an effort to reduce negative impact of the assumption that the trade deal with China was over made by the White House advisor Peter Navarro on June 22nd. However, he later corrected that the comments were taken out of the context, leading to misunderstandings. That's the end of the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.